FairyLoot unboxing. So this month I got it in this very unassuming brown box. I didn't really realize what I had at first, so I opened it up and I was like, oh wait! Since I already had the box open, I went ahead and I checked the spoiler card. This is the December box with the theme of Thieves, which has me really excited because I love a good heist narrative and these are pretty fun to read about, so I'm really excited to see what this month's book is about. Get to tear into it. So let's open up the box, see what that book is and what other goodies we got. As always, I want to start with the spoiler card. Let me just double check. Okay, yeah, so the theme is Thieves, and this is the December box. So this is the artwork for the month. Maybe it's just the fur lining on the clothes, but this clothing choice kind of reminds me of the water trap from Avatar: The Last Airbender. So I'm gonna put this to the side and reference it as I pull out items so that I can give credit to the artist who made it and maybe understand what the item is. All right, so the first thing I noticed and I got really excited about because I love hats is this fun like knit beanie with like a pom-pom on the top. This looks familiar, but not enough for me to know what it's from. Let's check. So it is called a beanie. It's inspired by The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien, which I've read, but I don't, maybe it's because like these are supposed to look like the doors, and this is supposed to look like Smaug. Oh, and maybe these are the mountains and the little like compass on like the map. I don't know, now that I know to look for that, I kind of see it more. That's exciting and a very good accessory for winter. So the artwork on this item is done by @JezHawk. Well, the second thing that caught my eye in the box is this other box with the swords on it. Oh, well, this already gives it away. I know it's not focused in, but Secret Book Volume 4. I wonder if this one's gonna be kind of Blade mercenary themed or something. I mean, I guess this is Thieves. Ooh, we got the blades, we got the 4. This one's a little purpley. I think last one was a little purpley too. Yeah, like purpley and gold. And this one's like a purpley and silver kind of thing. But let's crack it open. Let's see what it looks like on the inside. Ooh, more Hobbit motifs with a quote from Tolkien. Oh, and a quote from the Gilded Wolves. I just read that and I really enjoyed it. Oh, and I've read this V.E. Schwab book too. Cool, cool, cool. Well, much as I think I said when I unboxed this beauty, this is exciting and fun, but I don't know what I'm gonna put in it. Looks like I was gonna put my pins in here, but ended up not doing that. Oh, and before I forget, the artwork on the Secret Book is brought to us by Nova Ramtail. Well, this is gonna be a little difficult to utilize, seeing as the substantial back part fell off. That's a little frustrating. But this looks like the lady on the cover of, yeah, here we go. I figured it would just be easier to get the book and kind of show you. That way I don't look silly calling it something it's not. So Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi? I'm not sure. But with the white hair and the headband, that really reminded me of that. So let's see if I was right. Ooh, one more quick tell too is these little symbols up here. Lighting might not be great for it, seeing as it's, well, it doesn't really show that much better in person either. But these little gold symbols on the black, that reminds me of all the different elements that the characters in this universe can kind of command. So let's see if I was right or figure out what it's from if I was not. Yay, I got that one right! With the notepad featuring artwork by @unicify.art and inspired by Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. Buy the tarot cards next, but I'm gonna put those to the side for the moment. So it looks like this 2021 calendar is next. Oh, I can tell that's Percy Jackson right away. I usually do my own like kind of bullet journal thing, and even on that, I don't really utilize these squares. So I wonder if I'll get the chance to utilize this at all. But lots of fun different artworks to look through. Oh, I'm wondering if this is the Moss series. I know the Throne of Glass series, I think the male love interest elf guy has like writing on him. Although it seemed like a lot more than like just his face, like hands too and all that. But especially, this really looks like I'd imagine Elaine maybe even? But I'd imagine this is how the main character looks too. They mentioned blonde, pointy ears even. I wonder if the spoiler card is gonna say what each of these people is from. Let's see. Oh wow, okay, well they list a lot of different things. I'll probably just read the list kind of as I'm flipping through this, but I was kind of suspecting this just from the first few, that these are all done by the same person, and it's at Dominique Wesson is the artist who made these, and it says that we have artwork inspired, and this is in the order it's listed there, not necessarily what I'll be on when I mention it. But artwork inspired by Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. Oh, which that should be him because they mentioned his red coat. Oh, and his 2 different colored eyes. I like that boy a lot. I have a soft spot for red-headed male protagonist, love interest, I don't know. The Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chosky. Scythe by Neil Schusterman. The Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan. And Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. I guess that's Scythe, yeah. Where's the... Okay, so that's Percy Jackson. That's Throne of Glass. I wonder what this one's supposed to be. I haven't read Dance of Thieves, so I guess maybe that could be it, because I'm not thinking Gilded Wolves. Maybe he is. Or Dance of Thieves. That's definitely Gilded Wolves. I bet. Yeah, I remember her peacock headdress. Okay, so I think I've sussed them all out. Well, that makes me feel cool. I feel like I have read all but one of the books in that list, and the artwork is gorgeous. I like the representation of so much artwork in so many fandoms. I just don't know that I'll utilize this item in like a real functional sense. So next I noticed, speaking of fun artwork, this print. Oh, look at that. We got a bunch of handsome boys sitting around. So this artist print is by @St. Dree, and it's the crew from the Raven Cycle by Maggie Stivaster. We'll put that up there because I don't know that I'll say it correctly. And I did buy a Raven book, but apparently it's just called The Ravens. But I do believe this is on my to-read list, so. I always get a little excited when I see one of the bags. I feel like, although it might sound silly to say, something that I really like that FairyLoot has done is all the reusable like cutlery and like food related things. So I wonder if this is food related or something else. It feels very flat. It's a little swired. This kind of makes me think of the Percy Jackson. It's got some runes on it though, which doesn't strike me as a very Percy Jackson thing. I was looking at the spoiler card while I was trying to get the bag open, and I think it's a letter opener. Aha, and this is called the Demarius Sword, inspired by Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I don't remember anything in that saying that it's gold. Maybe that's in the last book. I think the last book's out, but I haven't read it yet. Okay, so that's everything that isn't in the bag with the book or the tarot cards. So let me get to those things next then. Alrighty, Rooney, so one of my favorite things, we've got the tarot cards. Don't know how because I definitely never try, but I always put them in the wrong order because I like to go from left to right. So we have the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. And I can't say that I'm immediately struck by who these people must be. So, to the spoiler card. How did I know? As soon as I saw the pointy ears, I was like, is this another Maas story that I haven't read yet? And it appears so. It is inspired by House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas, which I think is the one I'm going to try giving another chance to. And the artwork on these cards is done by @ARZ28. Alright, and now the bag with all the directly book-related goodies. So I always like to save the book for last, so here real quick we have the bookmark with one of the characters from the monthly artwork, and then on the back it says the month and the theme, December 2020, and Thick as Thieves. I really like the monthly bookmarks because I can leave them in the book after I'm done. And that feels fun and helps me remember it was a FairyLoot book that I got. Ooh, so here is the, let me just double check, yeah. The letter from the author with the artwork on the back, and this is done by @BloodyDammit. It's not my fault, that's their username. This looks really fun. I always find it a little odd whenever I come to the author letter and appreciating the artwork on the back because it always has to do with the book, which is always a new release, so there's no way I've read it yet. So I'm always a little perplexed as to who this is, but it's very fun to have a piece of artwork from the book, and so I can look forward to finding out who this is and presumably liking them a lot. Usually it's either the main character or the romance option, or sometimes both. So I'm looking forward to figuring out who this person is. Ooh, and this letter looks like a long one. I'm excited to sit down and read it just before I read the book. All right, and then the Fairy Scoop with a look into what the January box will be all about. It's gonna be Greek mythology, so that'll be fun. Ooh, this kind of makes a lot of sense because I've been seeing a lot of pictures of this book specifically on my Instagram, but I hadn't got to opening my box yet. So I was wondering why everybody was posting about this all at the same time. Welcome to the Queen City, a terrible place to live, an excellent place to die. Well, that doesn't sound like a fun place to be. Ooh, 6 Fae relics, 1 daring thief, and the score of a lifetime. That kind of makes me think of Foundry Side, which I don't feel like gets talked about enough. I enjoyed that book a whole lot, and it's got like a magical system that's like kind of sciencey. I guess it does look a little big, so maybe it's a little intimidating to some people, but it was really good and I strongly recommend it. If you haven't heard of it, go look into it, see if you think you would like it. I know I had a really fun time reading it. But I wonder how fantastical these 6 Fae relics are, or if it's just kind of a vehicle to like move along the plot. Ooh, sparkly red sprayed edges. Yeah, that's gorgeous. Oh, we have an actual signature on the book again, rather than the nameplate. That's really nice. I just, kind of like I mentioned in the last unboxing, it doesn't really jive with the page to see the sticker just put on there. Oh, a map, that's always good. I love all the little like symbols. I wonder if that plays into like how the magic works. I mean, I'm assuming if it's called, or if it says 6 Fae relics, that there's probably gonna be some magic happening. But I like how big the book is. I just got done reading Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, and it has 820 pages, and the print is very small. And then, even though a lot of those pages I just opened up to had pictures, they're not like a lot of pictures. It is like a lot of words. But now I'm finally getting to Shadow and Bone, which has been on my to-read list for a while because I like the Crows duology. But I started this yesterday, and I'm already actually over halfway through now. I was joking with Will, I don't know if it speaks more to it just being a very good read or it just being in a very different style than the book I just finished. And that's why I'm flying through it so fast. But anyway, back to this book. You presumably tuned in for this, not my idle chatter. So that's the signature. We flipped through the book a little bit. Ooh, I love when the book itself is special. Look at that with the foiling kind of engraving. Yeah. Ooh, I love how like all red it is. Very intimidating. In like the best sort of way. And then we have the artwork on the jacket cover, which is always fun. So we've got somebody in a forest. Oh, we've got these 2 people and a big lizard thing. They look very intimidating. Not gonna lie, I think I would be very nervous if I was in this woods and came upon this scene myself. But I think that speaks to how exciting the book's gonna be. And not to mention, I'm very excited because I love heists. So the score of a lifetime, that sounds fun and exciting. And we have the same artist for the inside of the jacket cover as the author letter, which again is @BloodyDammit. Oh, and in case I didn't say the authors, we've got their photo here at the back, and it is Jida Jones and Danny Bennett. That's fun. I wonder how writing a book together goes. That makes it easier or harder? I would imagine a bit of both. Okay, so that was everything in the December loot box with the theme of Thieves. And I'm sure, as you can guess from me holding it in my hand, heck, why don't I just put it on? My favorite item that came in this month's box is the beanie. I really liked Tolkien's Tales. And I also don't have a lot of winter hats that don't have animal faces on them. So I'm very excited to have, even though it's not plain because it has a lot of patterns, a more plain, perhaps, hat than a lot of the other hats that I have. And it's almost secretly nerdy because it's got all of these little cool insignias, but if you don't know that that's what it is, it just seems like a nicely patterned hat. So I love being secretly nerdy here and there. So the January FairyLoot box is going to have the theme of Greek mythology. Since I've subscribed to them in sets of 3s, I think I'm going to get the January box as well before I cancel my subscription, but we'll see. I think I'm going to be switching over to Owl Crate, and I've wanted to try them out anyway. I just never thought I could justify it because they often have the same books. So, wouldn't want to double up on books if I can help it. So I'll probably still be doing unboxings in that vein, and I plan on making a lot more videos independent of my book unboxings. So don't worry, I have some ideas and I'll still be in your YouTube feed. But thank you so much for watching through this video. I hope that you'll join me for more, and I hope you're having an awesome day. See you again soon.